When we talk about the composition of a particular substance, that's a very important information that consumers should be aware about, and that is lacking currently when we talk about consumers or when we talk about people living in the city. The moment you are aware about the composition of a particular product, like if you take an example of an electronic gadget is nothing but a composition of heavy metal, plastic and precious metals. So when the moment you become aware about the composition of a particular material, even a consumer product, I mean, let's take an example, a packet of biscuits. So the plastic that goes into it, the other material that go into it. I think that is a big challenge that we face right now, because consumers are not aware about the breakup of a particular material. They are not bothered about when they throw it away or when they have to dispose it of, and that can bring about a paradigm shift in the waste management activities in India. Further, at present, we are far behind when it comes to waste segregation. The moment you step out of India and a lot of other countries, developed countries, they segregate waste at the time of disposal. So in our houses, like in the houses, you will have 3 different bins. You'll have paper, plastic and metal or cans. At that point in time, the very moment when waste is generated, waste is segregated into all these things. And hence it becomes much more easier, much more environment friendly and much more feasible to do it. At this point in time in India, it's very few places, few remote locations which have this facility. And that is where we are lacking behind. We are way behind in that front. So the two question is yes, the two things that have to be answered is yes, awareness about the composition of a material and how do you treat waste at generation, like once waste is generated, how do you segregate it? And that will solve many problems about waste in our country presently.
In our discussion also we mentioned about this, that we won't have time to experiment anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like if you could just say that point, and also
Okay.
like what is the urgency of the situation right there?
It is alarming. If one were to connect the dots, it would be very alarming to realize that the last couple of years, the number of natural calamities that has occurred in the world, tsunami, the major earthquakes, all these are signals that show that we are in a state of urgency. Everything that we do has, or everything that we have done in the past have had very negative repercussions on the environment. Somewhere I believe that we have very little time to experiment. Everything that we do has a very immediate, a very evident, and a very vast impact on the environment. We have somewhere lost an opportunity to experiment too much. When the entire industrial revolution happened, and when man started inventing with technology, we did a lot of things with technology. It is only now that we realize that what are the repercussions. But now somewhere we have reached a stage that whatever we do, we have to be cautious because we won't get a second chance. 50 years ago, we did something. We got the automobile in place, we got coal-fired thermal plants, carbon emissions, and we have realized and we are facing the consequences now. But now we have reached a stage that whatever we do, we have to understand that the next 10-15 years we'll get the consequences of that. So we have to be all the more cautious, all the more faster, and all the more sensitive towards environment now.